Welcome back to another Dinova-powered episode of the Business of Dining mini-series, okay? And I got to tell you, today we've got a rock star here. Somebody who helps drive one of the most beloved sandwich chains in America to new heights and success. Please welcome. I got to tell you, you know what? It's so amazing. We don't usually get not just Chief Operating Officer, but the name of the restaurant is named after him. Mike Manzo, Chief Operating Officer of Jersey Mike's, and it's his name. He is Jersey Mike right here. Mike, did I get it all right?
Yeah, almost there. My mom thinks I'm Jersey Mike.
Everyone thinks you're Jersey Mike. You're not?
Yeah. Well, back in the 80s when you were single and you tried to get into the bars, that worked too.
But honestly, they hired you when they found that you. It was like your name is Mike. You got the job because they needed a Mike.
They did,
right?
They did. Yeah, Peter Cankford needed him.
You can't Peter. How could Jersey Mike's be Peter? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't think Peter needed that.
Jersey Pete's. You know.
So here's a great story. Yeah. So Peter was 17 years old in high school in 1975. That's when he bought the store. It was Mike's.
Sure, down in Jersey.
Right. Jersey Shore.
Jersey Shore.
My two older brothers worked there. I came along in the late 70s, graduated class of 81.
Nice.
Right. Went into the Marine Corps, came out, 85, got my part-time job back. 2 years later, managed the store, and we put the name Jersey in front of Mike's. That's how Jersey Mike's is.
So it's Mike's. And you're from Jersey.
Right.
Right. Where are you from?
Wait. So before you when you added the store,
Jimmy, have you ever been in Jersey?
I love New Jersey.
Jimmy.
Come on.
But I like New Jersey.
Tell the story.
I like it a lot.
Tell the story.
Story's the only story.
Tell the story. No, don't sit next to Mike from Jersey and then not tell the story.
Schatz and I, people said, where are you guys from? And Schatz goes, we're both New Yorkers. All I did was give him a look. I didn't say a word. I gave him a look. I gave him a look. I didn't say, give me a look.
I heard it.
The question was, where are you from? And by the way, Schatz, you should be proud to be from the great state of New Jersey.
And he goes, you're not from New York. I'm like, I lived there for 30-something years. He goes, where are you from? He made me say that I'm from New Jersey.
Right. Where were you born?
I was born in Livingston, New Jersey. St. Barnabas Hospital.
That's what I'm saying. You should be proud. Right. Just be proud.
Well, yeah, but you know, like in a conversation, like you get a restaurant in New York City, where you guys from? From New York. It was just easier than starting a whole story. Oh, I was born in Livingston. I grew up here, you know.
Frank Sinatra, Bruce Springsteen. Be proud, Schatz.
Right.
Great pizza. And by the way, great sandwiches.
Amen. And he needs to go to counseling on that because you got to be proud.
I speak to my shrink weekly about this. This has been going on. It's cost me a fortune to try and get past this. I don't know what I'm going to do.
No. We back in Jersey, we say you got a problem with that?
Exactly. You know what? I got to say that. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to say millions of dollars in therapy. You know what? Solve with you for 2 minutes.
There you go.
Thank you, Mike.
Pretty good.
I appreciate it.
Can we talk a little bit about you had some not small news recently.
It's the elephant in the room, Jimmy.
Well, not the elephant in the room, but Jersey Mike's, Blackstone, that is no small
it's a lot of zeros.
It's a lot of zeros. But more importantly, Blackstone knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Mm-hmm. And they chose you good folks as their partner in not just the restaurant business, but to be their sandwich.
Yeah.
Their sandwich company. You can talk a little bit about maybe what you can share about not just the coming together, but what, if anything, has changed since the good people at Blackstone got involved with the good people from Jersey Mike's.
So my very first meeting one-on-one on Park Avenue, New York City, 43rd floor, Blackstone. I walk into the conference room. It's a one-on-one meeting. And a gentleman said, Mike, we're not here to screw this up. We would like for you to continue running the company. We will infuse whatever you need. We have a lot of back office support.
Sure.
And so everything from procurement to real estate to other partnerships, it's been phenomenal. And it's we report to them monthly with the numbers. They're very excited. And we have a pretty good game plan going forward.
It's awesome.
Nice people. Really.
I mean, could you ever, when you were working, you come out of the Marine Corps, you go back to now Jersey Mike's, could you ever dream that Blackstone would buy you for $8 billion? Can I say that on the air? Is that legal? Am I allowed to? Is that public?
I don't think your number is
that breaking
accurate.
news?
I don't think the number is accurate though. But
how much was it?
I read it in the paper, so it must be accurate.
Okay, I thought it was even bigger.
All right, bigger than that?
You know what? If whatever you're arguing about, eight, if it's
still good,
it's pretty good.
Okay,
pretty good. So you know what I'm most proud of? When you sit around the table with the boys and you're hanging out, they say, "Hey, wow." I said, "That's not the wow. The wow is the 40 years you put into this.
Yes,
the families that came along, the kids there now went from part-time to ownership.
Right.
They're making more money than the parents.
Sure.
Capitalism is alive and well.
Yes.
And you create so many jobs. And that's what we're so proud of. And unit profitability was always important to us, and that's what we concentrate on.
It's really so true. And I got to tell you, Jimmy and I, we get this a lot. We get a lot of folks on the podcast, obviously in the C-suite position, and we inevitably talk and we find out that most started out as dishwashers or prep cooks or bartenders or hosts or something like that. And and we always get that a lot of times people say there's no career path in hospitality and restaurants. It's no career path. And I got to tell you, like you just said, it's a perfect example that you've created opportunities and you've made career paths, not careers. You've made a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah.
Great family success. I mean, it's really unbelievable.
Very, very proud of that. And we have so many stories I could share. But in one of our conference rooms, we labeled it, I went from part-time to ownership, and we have the portrait of that employee. It doesn't take 10 weeks.
Right.
It may take 7 years.
Sure.
It's a lot of grinding, a lot of grit, dedication, and some great stories on a wall.
No, the only thing I was going to add, we are not a perfect industry, of course. There is no perfect industry, but I don't know one that's more democratized in terms of people who start truly. They take that gig job, that part-time position. We have this whole thing, the hospitality hustlers from dishwasher to the C-suite.
Right.
I don't know an industry where that is more prevalent than in our own. And how many people that have gone through your system.
Yes.
And now, again, have families and you've changed lives truly with this amazing brand and the way you gave people opportunities. That's a great story.
And Jimmy, that's what we're most proud of. The 8 billion is the 8 billion. Oh, by the way, my friends will say, hey, congratulations. I said, did you read the same article I read? They said, yeah. I said, my name wasn't in the article. So
I don't know. You're going to say, congratulations, can you lend me some money?
here.
I want to start a business.
It's written right here on page 1, so I know it's true.
Yeah.
Because it's written right down there. Anyway, listen, let's talk about, I mean, you get acquired for $8 billion. I'm sticking with that, okay? Now, like you said, you got a call with the largest private equity group in the entire world every month, and they want to know how you're doing.
Right.
So you got to drive more growth. You got to drive sales. You got to eat, right? So let's just talk about what you're doing with our friends over at Dinova, driving B2B. You need to drive more sales. So tell me how that partnership started, how that relationship is, and how that is going with Dinova and Jersey Mike's and driving more lunch traffic, more corporate, folks that are that only have certain areas, a place that they can eat, that kind of thing.
Yes. Two answers. The first question you asked, they're allowing us to run the business,
right?
Which allows us to run our initial game plan. So we're never on the phone saying, how do you get more? How do you get more? It's how you keep what you have and grow that.
Right.
It was, I think 2018. So let's say 7 years ago, we signed on, but it was probably 9 years ago. We were at this very conference and Scott came up, we spoke, and he explained the entire program. And I went back and spoke to our Chief Marketing Officer, Rich Hope, still with us, been with us for 30 years. I explained it. We met in Jersey, signed the deal. Now, here's a very seamless process. Our franchisee doesn't have to do anything to accept that payment. It's all back office.
It's all credit cards.
It's all credit. And when you try to negotiate with Dinova, you understand how hard they're negotiating to get that business inside your front door. So, we've been very fair to all of our vendors.
Right.
It's not the lowest price. That's who's going to get the business.
Sure.
It's who's fair and who's working hard for you. And Dinova does exactly that.
That's awesome. So this relationship happened long before the acquisition.
Yes.
So you guys have been partners a long time.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And so let's say it's 7 years. All right, that's 84 months, and probably 80 of the 84 months we've had increased sales from.
So they're really driving traffic. And what I like about it is because we use it in our restaurants in New York, and they're full serve fine dine, but nonetheless, we talked about it earlier. I like that it's for us, it's driving traffic on kind of times like a little off peak, so to speak, which is like Monday lunch for us or Tuesday lunch, a little slower in the finer dining space, So I mean, I love that.
Yeah, we the ratios haven't really changed a whole lot. They have increased dinner and weekends business, but it hasn't been significant enough to say it's up triple, double digits.
Sure.
But it brings in a first time customer. We have a large percentage of those folks coming in for the very first time because they're supported by their organization
Right.
to buy them the meal. So it cost us just pennies, or maybe a little more than a couple
But
pennies.
you're acquiring a customer, maybe for life,
Do you know?
as long as it's delicious.
So if you're focused on the person standing 3 feet in front of you, came into your operations, you didn't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Dinova did all the work.
Right.
Now it's up to you to retain that business. That's where
I love it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This is something that I've been thinking about a long time. Danny DeVito and all these commercials. This was your idea, right?
Yeah. All
right.
good ones. All everything that worked.
But this was your idea, though, right?
Yeah. Yes.
See, Jimmy, I told you.
I tried.
Because Danny DeVito's a Jersey guy.
I don't know why I doubted you, man, but
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
told you it was Mike. I said they named the restaurant after him.
Yeah, it's
His idea was Danny DeVito. That's why. Hello. That's why you get the big bucks.
Yeah. And I flew here on United. You heard? Yeah.
This
That's why
75
he's giving-
podcast
that's
sponsored
why
by
he's giving
United.
Julie all his miles. I love it. I love it.
Are we in yet?
I do love those commercials, by the way.
So we never had a spokesperson.
Right.
Our competitors have athletes, etc.
Yep.
And our new marketing company came by and they presented. And quickly you said, one was, there were 2 artists in the music industry, and then the third was Danny.
You got to tell us
And
who the
then-
other 2 are.
I can't.
Now, what is it, an NDA? We're
All
the
right,
friend
all right,
DA
all right.
here. Come on.
It was Jimmy.
Oh, come on. Was it Bruce? Was it Bruce? It was Bruce, wasn't
The
it?
2 of you.
To us.
It's a Bon Jovi. Who was it? Come on.
I can't go there.
You got to
I
tell
want
us.
to hear the Dan. I want to hear how you chose Danny.
All right, well, because I guess Bon Jovi said no.
So
Bruce
how
said
do you,
no.
How do you know Danny? When you say Danny DeVito, what comes to mind?
Taxi.
Taxi.
Immediately.
See?
Taxi.
Right. The other generation? Sonny in Philadelphia.
Oh, right.
Sonny
It's
Philadelphia.
like that season 26.
He's so generational.
Right. You're so right. My kids love that. I forgot about
So
that.
he,
Yep.
he comes to
Always
the
Sunny.
office, and everybody, is taking pictures with Danny, and he's not on a time schedule because
Right.
he wants to take a photo with everyone, and appreciate the business that we have for him. So he and Peter become good friends over the years. Nice,
Right.
great guy, great.
I
He's
think
a- he's
what I
very-
love about Danny as a key member of your team is I find him to be very authentic.
Yeah.
And the fact that you just shared, it's like he first was a fan of the show Sunday in Philadelphia. He liked it so much. He said, "Well, how can I become part of your show?" I find when he's representing you folks, I believe and I see somebody who cares
Yeah.
about the brand, and that actually resonates.
So we listened to Mark Wahlberg yesterday. His schedule. Danny DeVito is one of the hardest working folks in Hollywood. He not only has that show, he does some shows on Broadway,
Right.
and he does a couple commercials.
Yeah.
The guy's always busy.
Yeah.
And
So he's so busy, he's so successful. Did you have to pay him?
no, I think we gave him free sub cards.
Free sub
Yeah.
card. You see?
It's it.
That's
So
generous.
Actually,
Don't
doing
have
the
to pay
punch
the man.
card. When Danny buys 9, after he buys 9, he gets the 10 for free.
That's right, yeah,
That's all you got to pay.
He gets
him.
the 10.
That's what I love about it.
yeah. It was just a mini sub. Wasn't
That's
it?
all you guys see.
Yeah.
That's a great guy.
That's a great
That's all
guy.
he needs.
It's hard to leave Danny DeVito because he's one of my favorite actors. But I want to talk about the consistency because I think part of Jersey Mike's success is just no matter where you are in the world, you get the number 13, the original Italian.
number 13.
I had a sandwich last night, and again, it's wonderfully, and that there's nothing easy about making that happen, especially when you have over 2,500 locations. So, like, what kind of systems or how do you execute that so seamlessly? Because it's not easy to be that consistent.
Not easy. It's about 3,100 stores now.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
way off.
no, and we're very proud of that. We're very proud that we went over.
That was last week. They opened 600 stores. When the script was ready, it was 2,500.
A couple of things were very important to understand about our company. I'm with the company 40 years. John Hughes, our training ambassador, has been with the company for 40 years.
Wow.
Brian Summers, 25. Brian Logren just took over operations.
history
He's
there.
A lot of history.
Yeah.
So we all understand the game plan. We all understand what's expected from our
Execute,
training.
baby.
Execute. And any executive could walk in and understand what's right, what's wrong,
Sure.
what's their feel. And then we have area directors throughout the country that do a phenomenal job inspecting. And when we walk into stores, we don't carry a clipboard. We carry a hug. We want to hug them and take care of them, empathy, because it's hard, as you said, Jimmy.
Real hard.
To keep that consistency.
Amazing.
When we put a lot of hours and dollars into training.
I was going to say training has to be a big part
Yeah.
of the experience because you really want people to understand the brand and respect that tradition.
Yeah, so we have so many different programs from become a part-time to owner, so you have that track record. We have a program called Stay, STAY. It's sweat, tears, and years. You've been with us a long time. We need to get you promoted.
Sweat,
Sweat,
tears,
tears,
and
and
years.
years.
Jimmy's going to use that in this week's
With
newsletter.
attribution.
Yeah.
I
With
know
attribution.
he's going to
Okay.
use that. STY. I love
Yeah.
it. Let's go back to corporate dining. I mean, it really took a beating during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was basically non-existent, I suspect. I mean, for most operators, if you were open, I mean, just corporate dining was a beating. What kind of strategy have you used, and how are you getting that back? And are you seeing it's back? I mean, because people are still, they're not back in the office. They are back in the office. It's hybrid. What are you seeing there? And are you seeing it like in different areas? It's getting better. I know in New York, a lot of the banks are requiring everybody back to the office. You know, what are you seeing there?
Well, lucky for us, we're not in the urban settings.
Right.
So that helps there. But if you have to take care of that customer standing in front of you, you have to respond to their needs. And we have an aggregated social media that goes directly to the store's email, so you can speak and you can relate to the customer, good or bad or what have you. Connecting there, we have so many different catering programs with the catering companies.
So you're getting a lot of that office
Yes.
catering?
Yes,
Because I see a lot of commercials where now we've actually had in our office, the way you package it up,
yeah. Well, that's
it's spectacular.
So
It's so
we
custom.
have our local store marketing manual. It doesn't sit on the shelf. It's a live
Using
piece
it
of-
all the time.
You have to use it
All the
You have
time.
to use it, and we go in and we say we're here to increase your sales. And when we say increase, we're saying we're increasing bread count. We focus on how many loaves of bread you're going to sell today. Because it has to be more today than yesterday. We don't look at top line sales. You have to sell more bread. To
That
sell
makes
more
sense
bread,
if you sell more bread, right?
That's it.
Sell more bread, sell more
we try to keep it-
sandwiches. Yeah, you're keeping it simple.
Yeah.
I want to ask you.
And that's the importance of Dinova. They've increased their average spend is much higher than our average customer spend.
Like I said, I get these really very incredible detailed reports from Dinova because we use them. I told you, and you see like they have the bar charts and how much they spend, and it's always ahead of what the normal guest, so to
Right.
speak.
Yep,
Not
that
that they're
works.
abnormal,
Yeah.
but
yeah,
the normal guest,
and we,
the non-Dinova guest.
and we have to remember that this fee is coming out of corporate advertising, so there isn't a fee from our franchisee.
Yeah.
That's how we
It's a
play.
win-win.
It's a win-win for everybody. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I got to tell you.
What I wanted to ask, and please understand, I know, again, 40 years with the company, have done so many amazing things. You closed on this incredible deal with Blackstone, but I also know I live by the rule: if you're standing still, you're falling behind. So despite the decades of excellence, I know you guys still have, you're going to keep going. So what is next for Jersey Mike's? And are there particular markets that are on your mind, any particular tech initiatives? But what's on your mind as you guys continue for this next, this next chapter?
So we have nine stores open in Canada, another 10 to open this year. Focus on our supply chain there, working with the tariffs, looking at more international over in Europe.
Where are you seeing that big international growth for Jersey Mike's?
It's going to be in Europe.
Are you there already?
We're not. We're
Wow.
in pretty high level talks with folks. But everybody's
What's
going.
the first country you go to? Is it the
I
UK?
think, I think yes, it's going to be
UK.
UK. I would think so.
You signed a deal there already? Can you
I
tell
have
us?
not. Yeah.
You can't tell us anything. I'm trying, Jimmy. I'm trying to get breaking news. I'm trying to get breaking news. The guy is a poker. He got a poker face.
I'm from Jersey, but
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's unbelievable. So you're gonna tell us nothing?
I'll tell you the difference here. When we were privately held versus now we're held by Blackstone.
Yes.
Okay, respect, but it's also this. Prior to Blackstone, I didn't have a budget. Now I have a budget. I have to live by a budget.
Oh, you got the bean counters breathing down your neck.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I got to tell
But
you.
it's been a great relationship.
Is Coach Strabble back now?
They may be listening. They have.
Hey, listen, we're looking at the T&E reports. I can tell you,
I
it's
tell you,
Coach for everybody.
I tell you, they're real nice people.
Yeah.
They're certainly nice people. They made us feel welcomed, and we have a meeting in a couple weeks again. And they're trying to learn who we are. And we're trying to learn, and it's been a great relationship. I know it's very short, but you could feel in
They
what
know-
direction.
I
they're
love
going.
that you went in that first meeting. The gentleman came in and said, "I don't want to mess this up."
No, that was
what a great
line.
What a
Yeah.
great way to
Well,
welcome
you
you
want to be
into
known as the guy that just bought some $8 billion and screwed it up. It's terrible for your. That's bad for your resume. You know, it's heavy resume.
By the way, there are plenty of private equity firms have stepped in
100%
to restaurants and decided
you guys are with
but
one
I do
of the
think
best.
they're an elite group and certainly have partnered with an elite brand.
And we've spoken with folks from Tropical Smoothie Cafe and Seven Brew. They're extremely happy.
Happy with
Our
it.
collaboration from supply chain to real estate. It's going to be awesome, and it's not a mentality of, hey, this is what made us great. You have to do it this way.
Yep.
It's all collaboration, and again, it comes down to the people.
I love
And
it.
they're good people up there.
I got to take a quick break, and then we're going to be right back because I know we've got to get Mike out of here. He's got big meetings. A menu matchmaker, quick fire, be right back, so stay tuned. I got to tell you, we are back with Mike Manzo, the founder, chairman, namesake. The Jersey Mike's was named after him. The Danny DeVito was his idea on the commercials. I mean, I got to tell you, rock star all over. Menu matchmaker.
Mike has to go back to work with his friends and partners.
This is
He has to go back to the office.
It's a new segment, menu matchmaker. I have no idea how to play this, but we're going to try doing it here. Menu matchmaker. Jimmy, do we have any idea how to play this?
Let's just play through.
What's
Let's
that?
We'll play. Let's play the game.
I don't even know how to play.
You're going to name some common business dining scenarios,
Uh-huh.
and Mike's going to tell you what menu item would be perfect for that situation.
So I say
That's it.
team lunch for 10 people.
And he's gonna tell you what
with
the perfect-
diverse dietary preferences,
Yes.
Mike. What do they get?
Do you want the chairman of the board to say, or
Yeah, I want-
what personality do you want?
This
right
one I
now?
want. This is for Mike Manzo,
okay.
the 16-year-old kid
Okay, fantastic.
that was in that first store when it was just Mike's.
Oh, I tell you what, the great times. You're making subs with your friends, and it was all about customer service and opening a door for the ladies and having fun.
And it was
But
summertime.
Summertime. Oh, it was unbelievable at the Jersey Shore. So you'd wake up, go swimming, come into work. After work, you go back swimming and then have a great time. Well, let me tell you, lunch for 10 people. We've run that program so many times with radio stations, etc. But we have to do, with Dinova, I think we can start running some specials and some sweepstakes and get more group dining. Yeah,
I like it. I don't even know what.
I know.
Drew, I don't know. Late night working session with your marketing team.
Well, right. What would Mike recommend? We order from Jersey Mike's for a late night working
I get it now.
session.
Okay, now I'm feeling a little bit. Thank
He's got
you,
the
Jimmy.
team working late.
Okay.
What do you order? What's the go-to order?
You know what it is?
well, it's cheesesteaks.
It's cheese.
See, there it is.
All right, now we're getting it. Okay.
Now we're getting
so,
it.
We're gonna-
Mike,
we're
we got a big executive board meeting with the guys over at Blackstone. What are we getting?
They're gonna want.
Now
their
I'm feeling it
Yeah,
now.
they're gonna want their turkey sandwiches, a club sub.
Yes.
and then
Classic.
that's it.
Fruit
Right,
salad, maybe?
right. Yeah, we got to go down the street for that one. I don't have the fruit salad.
What, the fruit salad, maybe? All right, celebration of a big deal, closing a big real estate deal, big deal. What are we ordering?
I tell you that happens in my house, and we close on a landscaping deal. So my wife says you have to
Oh,
proceed
she's celebrating.
because I didn't have to do the work.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
That's an inside joke, but
bring up the box.
You're bringing the box in.
Bring the box.
The box started I don't know how many years ago, and it has changed throughout the years. We have tamper-proof labels. We have the integrated box, our packaging. Right before the pandemic, we put all this money into packaging and IT. We put a ton of money into online ordering, so it's fully integrated with the POS.
Sure.
So when the pandemic came, we had the tamper-proof labels, we had the online ordering and all that. So celebration of a big deal. It's when I don't have to work around the house. That's a pretty big deal for me.
Makes sense. All right, let's jump into the Brandon Quickfire, right, Jimbo?
Yes, let's
Brandon
do it.
Quickfire with Mike Manzo over at Jersey Mike's. Danny DeVito was his idea. That's the same guy. The first app you check in the morning, Mike.
New York Post.
Oh my God, I
Classic.
love it. I
Classic.
love it.
He made Shatsy so happy.
Oh,
So
I mean, I love it. Thank you,
but
Mike.
Jamie Dimon does the same thing.
I got to tell you,
New York Post.
New York Post.
I
New York
love
Post,
it.
Wall
Every
Street
morning,
Journal,
that is the first thing.
Times.
Yeah, and then Washington.
What's
you
the
go.
last thing you Googled?
Brinker International. Listening to him today
Yeah.
talk about his same store sales, talk about how they changed their business model,
Right.
and I just want to look at their stock price. And this wasn't a 6-month run.
Right.
He's been doing this for 2 years, 2.5
Yeah, I think
years.
Chili's is getting
Yeah,
a
Chili's-
big right now because they're having a run. But like you said, I mean, they just celebrated the 50 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like this is some new,
Right.
Yeah, we just had actually
Overnight success.
Yeah,
yeah,
50 years.
50 years overnight
Exactly.
success.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, how do you take your bagel? What's the Mike Manzo bagel?
So we have a vendor that makes our parchment paper. So he's not allowed into our office. He's only allowed to come in the morning.
Does he bring the bagel for
He
you?
has to bring bagels from North Jersey, and they have to be water bagel, and it has to have an egg bagel in there for me.
There it is.
And then
You're checking all the boxes.
Shazzy, by the way, Shazzy's
everything is my new
Shazzy's
bagel.
new bagel is the everything bagel, the egg everything bagel.
Everything egg bagel is my new go-to.
Yeah.
You do a little cream cheese on it, or how do you?
not just the straight butter. Straight butter.
Yeah,
But Nick, we've been doing business with Nick for 35
what bagel
years.
place does he go? Or he rotates?
No, he rotates because he was in Edison, New Jersey,
Right.
up there. Now he's down in Ocean County. So
Yep.
where he is the night before.
Jersey's got
but he
good-
can't
good
come
pizza,
into your
good
office
bagels.
without bagels.
Yeah, no
Yeah, how
doubt.
do you
no
like
doubt.
that?
What's your favorite, all-time favorite sauce or condiment?
Well, Julie reminded me that the chopped pepper relish. Right now, we put it in the jar. I smear that over
Anything.
Anything.
You put that on a bagel.
I put that on
That
the bagel.
goes right on the egg bagel.
Yeah,
I
in the
love
morning-
it. I
in the
gotta tell
morning,
you.
yeah.
In our office, by the way, Julie is our pickle lover. She is the lover. That is her go-to. We have pickles in the office, pickles in the fridge. It's Julie's.
I have to make a note here. And
Yeah,
say
if
you're-
you
I
have
pickle.
we had lunch yesterday. She took the pickle off someone's plate. They didn't eat it.
Okay, you want
Like, you're not eating that pickle. She grabbed the pickle right off the plate.
So I do a lot with supply chain, and we approve all of our suppliers. So we went to the pickle supplier.
Right.
I pickles, right?
I love
Our pickle is refrigerated from when it comes off the field, processed, goes right into refrigeration. It's not held
Not one of those-
outside.
yeah.
No, it's refrigerated 100% of the time after it's harvested.
That's the best. They
Yeah.
have to.
And-
Pickle has to be
yeah.
like that.
Well,
If you get the pickle
You
in the
could
jar
tell-
on the shelf, it's
you-
like
you could tell.
I don't want to say
You-
bad names
Julie
about
could tell.
brands.
You know what the
She could
secret
tell.
ingredient about that is?
What?
Love.
It is. It's all love.
Love.
L-U-V, Jimmy. L-U-V.
yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to challenge Jimmy. You're going to challenge Jimmy and I to a sandwich eating contest, sandwich eating competition. We're going to go a little crazy, though, because he's from New Jersey, Jimmy.
Yep.
All right, sandwich eating competition.
Yes.
We're going to pick a place.
I feel like this might be leaning in my favor, but
I don't know.
please
Well,
continue.
yeah, I got.
Please continue.
We're gonna pick a place. We're not gonna do it right now. We're gonna
right.
pick a place.
Pick a place.
We can pick the place right now. We can do it in Coney Island. We can do it in New York City.
Yeah.
We can do it in Jersey.
on the Jersey Shore.
We go to Milburn Deli.
Oh.
Get a turkey. We get a couple sloppy joes. Right. Get a couple of sloppy.
You're talking about Milburn Deli in front of Mike?
that's fine.
I think he knows. I think he knows a little something about sloppy
All right.
Joe because everyone's not chopped meat. He knows a Jersey Joe. I mean, that's just that's a special.
There's room for everybody. Yeah,
You know what? You're right.
There's room for everybody.
They got me growing up. They had Milburn Deli had that one store. But anyway, we're gonna pick a place.
Yep.
And we're gonna do a sandwich eating competition.
All right.
We're gonna throw a couple bucks in.
Yep.
Right?
Right. Mike can throw a little bit more than us.
Oh, because I sold the company. You're
Well,
back
just
to
after the
that.
acquisition.
Everybody
I mean,
in.
honestly.
Everyone's chipping in the same.
All right, the same amount. Okay, we'll all throw $100 in.
Okay.
$100 in. All right, and we have a sandwich eating competition. And what is the? You have a charity, right?
We have a lot of different charities.
What
have-
charity is your go-to right now?
Inside our company, we have a sub above funds
Okay.
where we put the money in, and any employee could write in for a grant, let's say, and we have a process, and we give up to $5,000. And I just met a franchisee yesterday. She said, you helped out my worker. Told the story, and she was selected to. It's for $2,500.
Here's what we're doing.
Bank account.
We're gonna find the Jersey Mike's closest to all of us.
Yep.
That's convenient, and we're gonna do this the sub above charity.
above.
So yeah.
And we're gonna bring the crew. Tyler, you can come.
All right, not
we're gonna
yet.
film it, and we're gonna bring the crew, and we're gonna do a sandwich eating competition. Mike versus Jimmy.
I think we could raise a little. I think we could put the word out.
And we put the word out. Maybe
we could raise, we could
we'll
raise,
have money
we could
go
raise from
to-
our community, our village.
Yes.
People can contribute.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
the
yeah.
prize
We'll
goes-
do a
whoever wins-
GoFundMe. We'll do a GoFundMe.
Whoever wins
You
the
got it.
wins the sandwich contest, that money goes to that charity.
The two of you are large thinkers. This is great. And
This is
and,
good.
But I'll tell you,
It was your idea, by the way.
See how generous he
here's
is.
what we do. We do
He's
a
the
sandwich
John
eating
Stockton.
contest.
He's
You
the
know, we throw
John
a couple
Stockton of
bucks.
podcasts. He's giving. He's a giver.
And
I go to the bathroom. I go, Jimmy. Mike wants to do a sandwich eating competition. Yeah. But it was my idea.
But, yeah,
It was my idea.
absolutely.
I massaged it.
Right. So what we could also do, invite some of our friends to participate.
Yes.
All right. But I know I could beat the two of you, hands down, because the
Really?
two of you talk too much,
That's true.
and I'll eat.
Seriously? You think you beat Jimmy?
You're going to be busting him. He's going to be busting you, and I'll
Yeah, that's
say,
true.
I'll
I
take you
will be
around the
making fun
corner.
of Jimmy. All right, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So we'll have Julie arrange that with the team. That's going to be off. Unbelievable. Jimmy, take us home because we've
Yes.
had Mike here for 30 minutes and he's got work to do.
Yes, this was very generous of you. We so appreciate you joining us for the podcast, sharing views.
2 years. 2 years to get Mike.
40
2
years
years
of
to get Mike.
success. And I got to tell you, the next chapter of Jersey Mike may very well be just even better. So appreciate what you're doing and look forward to that contest, doing some good things for good people and have some fun along the way. So thank you so much for
let's
doing
do
this.
that. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
love it. Love it.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mike Manzo.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks.